Welcome to this guide. In this video I will show you what you need to know to play your own Mage Wars matches online. Here I use the program Octgn. It's very helpful. It's the only way to play Mage Wars online at the moment, and it does not cost anything. So first we need to load our book. So we go to Game, load deck. So I loaded official deck. Now you can pick your color. Let's take red. And you see what's done automatically is the channeling, the mana, your damage, and the life. And it also already is the appropriate amount for your chosen mage. In this case, the Beastmaster. Hello. Welcome to the beginner's guide. In this video, I will show you what you need to know. Welcome to this guide. In this video, I will show you what you need to know to play your own matches of Mage Wars online. I'm using the program Octgn. It's free to download, and at the moment it's the only way to play Mage Wars online, and it's a really nice program. It helps a lot. It does a lot of automatization, and I will show you the basic shortcuts and everything else. Okay, so first we need to load a deck. Game, load deck. I will take one of the basic spell books, so the wizard is my most played wizard. Okay, now I am able to choose a color, let's say red. And what you see now is that the program automatically adjusts your channeling here in this field, your mana pool, your damage is 0, and your health points. Your life, it's 32. And if you take another mage, then the program would consider that. Okay. I will show you this with the next mage. Here, I made a second account, so I'm able to join with 2 players. This account is named Chamina2. And Here I will load let's say the warlock. Take blue, and now you can see the program automatically changes. Yeah, his channeling is set to 9 and his life to 38. Okay, so from now on I will not show you this small window showing the warlock because I want you to see only what would be on your monitor when you play. To start the game, you first roll for. Wait, sorry, I need to show you again. To put your mage on the board, double click on him in the spellbook, so he's played hidden, and then double click again, so you get the tokens on him. Actually, I always double click a card on my spellbook, right? Because if I not double click it, it's played face up, and that usually never happens. So if you prepare a card, just double click on it. If you want, yeah, I will show you that later. So let's go back. Now to start the game, we have to roll for the initiative. For this, you press F1. I will write it in the chat in case you can't understand me well. F1, and you roll 0 dice. And that way you only roll the effect dice, because that is always rolled, even if you roll 0 damage dice. Okay, so I roll the 2 on the initiative. Now the opponent has to roll. He rolls a 1. So Charmina will decide who starts, and Charmina says that Charmina starts. And now to start the game, you have to press Control and the arrow which points down. That will start the automatization. So now we have the initiative marker, and with Control F, you can flip every card, like my stat card, my mage card. Oh, that looks cool. I never did that before. And you can switch the initiative token if the player with the other color should have initiative. After this, every new round, the initiative token will automatically switch. So it's not like in the real life where you have to move the token from one side to the other. The color is important. And here you see this little card. It's not really a card in the game, but it shows you in which phase you are. So now we are in the planning phase. Therefore, I will prepare 2 cards. Let's say Mana Crystal and maybe Gremlin. Okay, the opponent has to prepare 2 cards. I'm not choosing really useful cards, just to show you the game. Okay, so now I'm done with the planning phase, and I have to tell that to the program and to my opponent. To do that, I press again Control down. So now you can read in the chat, Charmina is done with planning phase. I will do the same with the second Charmina. And now the program automatically advances to the deploy phase. We do not have anything to deploy right now, so I'm done with the deploy phase. Charmina 2 is done. Now the program goes to quickcast phase. I had initiative. Okay, so I decided to not use the quickcast, so I press again, Control down, and the warlock decides to use his quickcast phase, so he uses Control and Q while hovering over his card. I will show you this with my wizard. If I press Control and Q, you see the quick cast marker switches. Okay, so he used his quick cast marker to cast a mana crystal. And yeah, so that increases his channeling. You have to do that manually, like I would do here now. I increase my channeling, and I lower it again. The program does not realize there has been a mana crystal cast. Okay, so now it's time for the action phase. I already said I'm done with quick cast. Now the warlock has to say he's done. There. Now we are in action phase. You can read this here. I have initiative, so first it's my turn. I prepared the gremlin, so I use my full action to cast the gremlin. To show that I use my full action marker, I press Ctrl A. That will toggle my action marker. Now I double click the gremlin. That way he already gets his action marker. And I drag him to this zone. And by the way, if you want to add a ready marker, because he has a defense, you need to press Ctrl R. Like Ctrl A is for action, Ctrl R is for ready, and Ctrl Q is for quick. Okay, so I didn't pay the mana cost. It's not because I want to cheat. I will do that now. So I double click on the gremlin. Now you see this window, and it asks me how much mana I want to pay for the gremlin. The first assumption is that I pay its actual cost, 7 mana, so I only have to click OK. And then the mana is actually removed from my pool. I only have 13 in my pool now. And I want to use my quick action, so Ctrl Q while hovering over my wizard. Oh, and that's also important. Don't activate the chat while you use shortcuts. I mean, it's obvious, but sometimes it happens and you think, is it broken? No. It's like if you see if I have the chat active and I try to use the shortcut, even if I hover over the wizard, does not do anything. Click on the board to disable the chat and then use the shortcut while hovering over your mage. Okay, so I casted the mana crystal. I double click it again. I double click again to pay the mana. Now it's 5. Okay. The only thing I need to do now is increase my channeling by hand. Now I'm done with action, so press Ctrl down. The opponent's turn. He activates his mage with Ctrl A and casts Dark Vendetta. That's it. The opponent has to end the turn the action phase. Now it's quick cast phase. We both don't have any quick cast left, so we end the phase. So now we are in the next round. You might have looked at the initiative token. It automatically switched. Last round it was red. Now it's blue. I'll drink something. And now we are in the upkeep phase. I don't have to pay any upkeep. There is no card that does damage, so I just end the upkeep phase. Oh, I could decide to use my Voltaic Shield now. That is Control. I forgot the name for this. Here, like the starting letter for V. Yeah, V. If I do this, I would have to pay the mana for it, but I will not activate it. Okay, so I said I'm done with upkeep phase. The opponent has to tell the same. Now we are in planning phase. I will plan just one decoy and what else? An elemental wand. And the opponent whatever. No, that's stupid. Okay, so I'm done with planning. Control down. He's done as well. Now we move to upkeep to deploy. You're both done with deploy. Quick cast. For fun, I use my quick cast. Cast the decoy on me. Most players who use Octgn do it is this way. The equipment and the enchantments on your mage are just moved here next to your trade cards. And the equipment and the enchantments on a creature are moved below the creature. Now in the Z-axis, the card is above the gremlin. You can't see the gremlin well. To change that, just push. How do you say that in English? In German, it's built down. Page down, I think it's called. If you push page down, then you move the card one step in the Z-axis, and page up, you move it upwards. Okay, that was my quick cast. Now I'm done with the quick cast. And the opponent does not use this quick cast. Now we are in action phase. Oh, sorry, the opponent had to tell first he's done with the quick cast because he has initiative. So doesn't matter now. He moves. Wait, first he activates his mage, then he moves, and then he casts a Battleforge here. Now he uses his quick cast to cast a hidden enchantment on himself. He pays 2 mana for that. And now it's my turn. I activate the gremlin. To move both the decoy and the gremlin at once, I need to click on both. No, I don't know the word. You have to click Shift and then make both highlighted, and then you can move both at once. Right? And the gremlin, I will move him twice to this zone. Okay, now it's his turn. Oh, by the way, if you do not want to end the phase, like the action phase, but you want to tell that you're done with your turn, you press Control right. You can do this as often as you want. It will do nothing. It's just a text message to your opponent to tell him you're done. You use Control right arrow. Okay, so now the opponent activates his bat and moves twice. Now my mage's turn. Oh wait, the opponent tells he's done. Just Control right. Now my mage moves forward and casts an elemental wand. Puts it here. And I have to choose a spell now, and I will choose the Farm Lightning Bolt. I press page down to move it below the elemental wand, and now I press Control down to say I'm done with action phase. He does the same. We are in the quick cast phase. We both end the quick cast phase. Well, actually, he before me. Now we are in upkeep phase. Or what I didn't say before, all the mana is done automatically. So each time a new round starts, your channeling is automatically added to your mana pool. But damage is not added automatically. And like if I cast an Essence Drain on this bat, it's also not automatically counted in. Because I mean that makes sense because he has to think about using and paying the upkeep. So now I'm done with upkeep phase. He's done as well. We are in planning phase. Actually, I mean, you saw the basics now. There's not much left. I mean, yeah, this round he has to prepare a card for his Battleforge. Yeah. Okay. What's missing is, yeah, if you damage someone. Okay. Let's pretend that we are in the action phase. he activates his, I have to do that. I activate my gremlin, pay 1 mana to make him move to teleport and give him the fast trade. Oh, I was wrong. You don't have to click shift and mark them. You can just mark them like this without pressing shift. Okay, so now my gremlin attacks his mage. And to show it that you attack something, you have to click, well, it's not important for the program, but important for your opponent to see what you're doing. You click shift, and then you drag the mouse from your creature to the target. That produces such an arrow. You can produce as many as you want. Well, you always need a target to do that. You can actually target his traits card. And to remove all arrows at once, just shift click on the creature. So now I want to attack his mage. He has no block, no enchantment, but usually if he has an enchantment, it's nice if you give him time to react. Like he can use control right to say he's done, so he's okay with your attack, or you just write something in the chat. But if you're too quick and then it's always better to give him a second or two maybe to react. And then you press F1, and here you can type in the number of volts. This time it's actually 3. And now you can see here, this is a bit counterintuitive to read. I have one roll for, I rolled a bank once, and 1 normal damage once, and 1 crit damage once. Let's do this again with 3 dice. Now you can see I rolled 2 damage twice, and 1 crit damage once. But actually you do not really need to look at this. Yeah, I just want to be sure you're able to read it. In the chat, the program tells you how much you rolled. So first time I rolled 1 normal damage and 1 crit damage and 1 on attack dice. And the second roll I rolled 4 normal damage and 1 critical damage and 4 on the attack dice. Let's say the first one counted. So I did 2 damage. Now he has to increase his damage. There, you can see it here. There's 2 damage on him. Okay, I'm done with attacking, so I remove the arrow. And now I would say I'm done with the action. Or with his actions, but we're not in the action phase yet. But I just want to show you the shortcuts. So what else? Sometimes you might to add a bone. That's Control B, like here. And oh yeah, if you want to add any token, you can press Control O while hovering over the card. And now you can see a window with all possible tokens. Let's add a Crow token. If you want to add another one, press Control O again, and now you can see here the recently used markers. By the way, you can also add markers of some colors if there is no pre-made marker to do what you want. Maybe if you use Akiro's hammer, you need just a nameless token. And if you want to know, for most tokens there's a shortcut. If you want to know the shortcut, then you need to right-click on the card, add tokens, and then you can see here, add damage is F2, add mana is Control M, add burn token Control B, add daze token Control D. So we can add all these, daze, burn, mana, whatever. By the way, maybe you saw the program automatically adds mana to the battlefield. It also would realize if you cast an